So it's your Aunt Rita's birthday, and you've decided you want to send her some flowers to help celebrate. You hop online and type in a search for a florist in the area, and immediately you are bombarded with hundreds of ads for hundreds of people advertising flowers. With reckless abandon, you click the first link that you find, and it takes you to a big-name company advertising things like locally owned and low prices. Surely these companies wouldn't lie to you, right? When it comes to ordering flowers online, it can be hard to know if you're getting your money's worth. I'm here to tell you that if you order from an order gatherer site, you lose every time. What's an order gatherer site, you ask? An order gatherer is a company that takes orders online, sends them to a local florist, and profits off being the middleman. But what do these companies look like, right? Just to name a few. But wait! I hear you cry like a curious kitten. If an order gatherer sends my order to a local florist, that can't be so bad, right? Let's do a quick scenario so I can show you exactly what I mean. You browse the order gatherer's website and find the perfect arrangement for Aunt Rita's birthday. When you click on the arrangement, you're given 3 price points that determine the size of the arrangement and the amount of flowers that go into it. You're on a budget, so you pick the $44.99 one, and remark at how many flowers you're getting for such a low price. You're given the option to add a gift as well, but Aunt Rita's diabetic, so chocolates aren't going to fly, she hates balloons, and her father was killed by a teddy bear, so it's probably best to skip those for now and go straight to the ordering process, right? You type away at your computer, put in your aunt's address, and this is where things start to get a little fishy. The site suddenly informs you that there's going to be a $15 delivery charge. Alright, that makes sense, right? Florist has to deliver it, they probably need gas money, Aunt Rita lives in the middle of nowhere. Fine and dandy with me. You keep going, and suddenly it tells you there's also going to be a $10 wire fee. Alright, why not? Alright, now it's telling you there's also going to be a $10 service fee. Strange, seems like there should be something there paying for the service already, but whatever. There's also tax. Alright, tax. Government needs their share, I guess. What can you do? So now suddenly your $44.99 is looking a bit more like $90 to $100. Let's do some quick math here. We've got your flowers, we've got your delivery fee, we've got your wire fee, and we've got your service fee. Add that on with the tax, and there's our grand total. Alright, I guess Aunt Rita is worth that much. She didn't get me a very good Christmas gift, but whatever. Aunt Rita's cool. We'll get Aunt Rita those flowers. You type in your information, you send it off into the abyss, and here's where it goes from there. Far, far away in an office building, a person at a desk who has never worked at a flower shop a day in their life receives your order. Eventually, they forward that order on to a florist who lives somewhere in the vicinity of your Aunt Rita, and they hope that that person will accept that order. They send all of Aunt Rita's information to this florist, including the address, her phone number, the card message, which may or may not have cost extra depending on where you got the flowers from. And down at the very, very bottom of that list is how much money that florist has to spend on a very specific order with very specific flowers in a very specific vase. Now, mind you, this amount has to cover not just the flowers, but the delivery cost that the florist has, the tax on the arrangement that's being sent out, and the labor costs that the florist is going to pay themselves or their employees who made it. Let me give you a minute to guess just how much of your 80-some-odd dollars goes to the florist. Any guesses? Were any of you guessing $44.99 to cover the flowers, the vase, the tax, the delivery, and the labor cost? The florist is given $44.99. the amount of the bouquet that you ordered before all of the other fees and services. Let's do some math again, shall we? Average delivery cost for most florists delivering to a local area is somewhere in the range of $10. Simple enough. Tax for this arrangement would hit somewhere in the $2.60 range, so we'll go with that. Vasing greens and labor somewhere around $10 as well. And out of the $44.99 you were given originally, how much is left over to pay for the flowers that you want? That's a fun total, isn't it? Not quite as much as you thought you were getting, huh? Especially when you spent, what, $82? But where did the rest of your money go? Where did that wire fee go? That service fee, that delivery fee? That was clearly meant to cover the delivery. It went right into the pocket of your order gatherer. That's right, more than half your money has been taken out of your order to pay for the business, paychecks, and other costs of the order gatherer. Didn't know you were paying for paychecks now, did you? So now some poor florist is stuck trying to make a $45 arrangement with only $20 worth of flowers. Needless to say, Aunt Rita's bouquet probably isn't going to look quite as nice as that picture made it seem. Had you taken the time to call a local florist or even scroll down a little bit further in your search results to find one on the web, chances are very good you would have gotten something much nicer at a much better price. Local florists don't have service fees, and the only time you'll pay a wire fee is if you've got one sending something internationally or way out of state. They certainly don't line their pockets with your delivery fee and then take it out of the arrangement cost. When you buy from a real florist in your local area, you know exactly what you're getting, exactly what you're paying for, and know that it's being taken care of by somebody who knows what they're doing, rather than somebody in an office building who's just pretending they do. So be honest with me. Would you rather have $40 worth of wire service flowers? Or $40 worth of local florist flowers? I don't know about you, but I think I'm gonna give my local florist a call on this one. Seems like the choice is pretty clear to me personally, but whatever's best for you, I suppose. Just remember, Aunt Rita deserves the best.